Welcome, everyone, to the second episode of the Mariners franchise. Today, we are going to get into a series with our biggest rivals, the Houston Astros. So, off screen, we simulated a few games. Actually, I played this one with Brian Wu. We won 8-2. Simulated this one with a win, 7-2, and then we lost this game 3-4. So we go into the series here against our biggest rivals here in early April. 4-6. The Astros are 4-5. We will be playing this game against Framber Valdez, a guy that the Mariners have struggled against at some points, but at other points they've really dominated Framber Valdez, especially as of late. Framber Valdez has not been as good against the Mariners as he's normally been, especially as of late. He walks a lot of batters. He tends to give a lot of hits. In his last few games against the Mariners, he he's 6-3 with a ERA of 3.55 and 16 appearances versus the Mariners. But recently, it's been a lot of shorter outings. It's been 8 hits, 6 hits, 9 hits, 10 hits, and he tends to walk a decent amount of batters. So we want to get to him here. We want to make sure that we can get a win here in this series. It's a big series early on in the year, but let's go ahead and start with something I think is interesting to look at. So looking at the lineup, I look at Donovan Solano. He's hitting well right now, 273, but look at his age, 37 years old. We have a lot of prospects. I want to look at not so much right now, but the block has people on it, and some very interesting people on it. And I've had an idea, and I talked with a friend about this. I kind of want to trade for, I don't know if he's on here or not, but you think he might be. He plays for the Pirates. He's somebody who, he's definitely not on this list. He's somebody who's had a lot of potential, but at third base, the Mariners do have prospects. Do not have prospects. Sorry, not do have prospects. Do not have prospects. And it's about the only position that the Mariners don't have prospects at. So I'm not going to do a trade yet, but I'm definitely thinking about maybe making a trade to the Pirates for Ke'Bryan Hayes. Now, Ke'Bryan Hayes not hitting well this year. He did not hit well last year, but he showed potential in 2023. He has one of the best gloves in baseball. He can hit. He has shown the ability to hit, but he has not shown the consistency and the ability to hit. I like his swing in MLB The Show. I played with Ke'Bryan Hayes in my Pirates franchise in MLB The Show 21. So he's somebody I'm familiar with. He's someone that I would look forward to maybe trading for. That is an idea that I had. Let me know what you think in the comments. We're going to send game one here because we've already played as Logan Gilbert. And here we go. It is 1-0 against the Astros. I'm going to simulate the end of this game. The Mariners win 2-1. So Andres Munoz blew the save. We went to extras and we won the game. So that's a big win for the Mariners, getting up to 5-6 and blowing up Hader a little bit, it seems like. Let's go ahead and look at the box score here. Yeah, there's a little bit of stuff in the background you hear. I got family over, but we're filming this video today. Also, I'm a little sick, so if my voice sounds a little different, that's why. Hader went 1 1/3 innings, 2 hits, 1 run. Dylan Moore had a homer. Don't know when in the game he had a homer, but that is interesting. Good game from Logan Gilbert. 8 more innings. Gilbert is shoving this season. A blown save for Munoz, which is tough, and that is his first of the year, but his ERA is at 5.4, which needs to be better than that. But a decent win. We get into this game. We look for a series win against the Astros here as Luis Castillo takes the mound here. We're going to be wearing our City Connect uniforms today. And we're going to look to take this series here against this Astros team who I'm really high on in real life, but so far not performing well in the show. As we look at broadcasts, I think it's good. We're going to look at the show network, which doesn't really matter. We will have the roof closed because it's nighttime, apparently. And we will do Castillo. Maybe an off day for Cal, but he's in the thumbnail, so I'm not going to not start Cal Raleigh. But is there anything else I maybe want to do? I mean, Cal, he could play DH today, I think, maybe. We'll just switch here. Garver can catch, and Cal can play DH. That'll take less energy from him. We're going to skip this. Look, he plays a lot of games, dude. Last year, He played just so many games, so I'm not worried. He's hitting 357 this year. Jorge Polanco probably should have moved him down in the lineup. Did not notice, and him and Dylan Moore both probably should both be moved down in the lineup. But we'll make a look at that afterwards. Hopefully we can get some hits with him. Hopefully they can get going a little bit, hitting 0.77 and 105 respectively. But it's time to get into a game here in Seattle. The Mariners starting off 0-5 this season, but were able to win the last few games and get to a record that if they win today, they get to a 500 level. Here are the game storylines. Looking a lot of things. I'm not gonna be able to read it all, but Mariners 5-1 over the last 6 games. Yainer Diaz hitting very well, and Garver hitting very well as well. So we get in the game. Framber Valdez, someone who has started 16 career games versus the Astros, or versus the Mariners, and we hope that we can hit him up a little bit. Here's his stats from the last 2 games. Not very good, but only 2 games in. We hope we can up that, try to get him out of here pretty quick, and see if we can sort of blow up this team, maybe make them waste their bullpen and try to sneak game 3 as well. Maybe a sweep in the works here if we can get Framber Valdez out early. But nothing's guaranteed against this Astros team. Nothing at all. We will start off with Luis Castillo on the bump. And he, through 2 games, had 1 really good game and 1 really bad game, which sets him up at that whip at over 2, which needs to come down from that. That is not good. The strikeout rate is solid. The walk rate is solid, but just a lot of hits off of him. As it brings up Jose Altuve, who is on the trading block. So not someone we would trade for because in-division trades don't very much often happen. But on the mound, Luis Castillo against Jose Altuve. Gets a swing and a miss to begin the game. Mariners 6th in the AL wildcard, very early in the season, not really even worth mentioning. Luis Castillo will throw a lot of those fastballs. Once threw 37 fastballs in a row against the White Sox. This one is driven to right field by Altuve. Play made by Robles in right field. He's having a really good year, is Victor Robles. But so is Yainer Diaz. Look at that, 424. Really good stuff. Jordan, slow start because he usually hits around 290, but he'll bounce back. Here comes Mauricio Dubon, former Giant, and a guy who good contact hitter at times, really good defensive player, can play a lot of different positions for you, and looking to get out of this inning pretty quick. Hopefully, can do something a bit better than what we did last episode with Logan Gilbert, trying to dial in the strike zone a little bit. This is fouled off to the left side. Rosarena chasing, not able to make the play. And the Hall of Fame pitching difficulty, like I said, cannot lock it in right now. But we'll get there by the end of the start. 1-2 count. Inside circle changeup. With Dubon, you're not really worried about his power, so you can throw in the zone against him. Pops it up to left, like I said, to Randy Rosarena. Makes the catch. 2 outs very quickly for Luis Castillo. Trying to keep that pitch count down is going to be big for Castillo. That is something that he has struggled with as a Mariner, especially as of late. Look at Yordan Alvarez. Usually hits in the 300, 290 range, but he has a 1 dot OPS. So 6 homers already in 10 hits. This guy is raking. And of course, you can't mention him against the Mariners without mentioning the home run walk-off in Game 1 of the 2022 ALDS. Heartbreaking moment. One of those heartbreaking moments in the history of Mariners sports and the history of my fandom.
1 ball, 1 strike.
This is below the zone. 1-1. He rakes against the Mariners. As of late, the Mariners have tried to figure him out a little bit. Feels like they've gotten a little bit better against Jordan. As he fouls it off, it'll be a 1-2 count. The 1-2 here is swung on, fouled off. Cal Raleigh behind the dish. Mitch Garver behind the dish. For probably his first start at catcher this season. Swing and a miss. Good first inning for Luis Castillo. The fist bump and the walk off the mound. Good start for La Piedra, The Rock, as we bring up Crawford, Rodriguez, and Raleigh in the bottom of the first. Framber Valdez, mentioned him a lot. this season he's struggled, and next to the Mariners in the past few starts he's struggled, but he's someone who over time has done pretty well against the Mariners in total. J.P. Crawford up to bat hitting 250, someone that I've always struggled with hitting in the show. I'm going to go ahead and change the hitting difficulty back to rookie like I had it in the last episode. Like I said, I'm terrible at hitting in this game. Oh, it's all-star pitching? Oh, well, that needs to go up. Sorry about that. Go back up to Hall of Fame. Because I can pitch pretty good in this game, but hitting is a different story. 1-0 to J.P. Crawford. Fouls off curveball right down the middle. That curveball is going to be something that he throws a lot of. That and his sinker. He's a ground ball pitcher. Late on 97 sinker at the top of the zone. Pretty good pitch there by Framber Valdez. 1-2 count. Fouls off a slider. Wanted to get the chase, not able to. The 1-2 count. Inside for ball 2. Been playing a lot of Road to the Show, so hopefully I get to know the zone a little bit better. About 70, 75 games into Road to the Show, so my bat-to-ball skills should be a little bit better than they were last episode. Be 2-2 count. Long at bat already. This will be the 7th pitch of the first at-bat. It'll be 3-2. Julio Rodriguez up next, hitting 238, which is not very good, but... Oh, it's a strike at the corner. A really good pitch. It looked like it might go out of the zone, but it does catch the zone for a strikeout. As it brings up Julio Rodriguez, who in his career hits 250 with 6 homers and 21 RBIs against the Astros. That does not include the last game we played against them, because I'm on StatHead, or StatMuse, and of course that does not include video games. High in there. Let's go ahead and look at what Julio's done this season. Slugging 548, so that's good, but the average still needs to come up a little bit. But the doubles are back, which is good. He only hit 17 last season, which is embarrassing. But he's looked good in the spring training in real life, so we hope he can get there. Here in this, he pops it up behind home plate. I assume Yainer Diaz there to make the catch. He will. That'll be 2 down for Framber Valdez. It brings up Cal Raleigh, who has been absolutely fantastic this season. Mitch Haniger was released in real life, so after this game is over, if I remember, I will release Mitch Haniger, because if it happened just so soon after I started the series, I will abide by it. But it will cost me $15 million that the Mariners are spending in dead cap to get rid of the guy. Here hitting right-handed is Cal Raleigh. Not his preferred side of the plate, but he hit a lot more home runs last season on the right side of the plate than he did in previous seasons. This is cranked again. Cal Raleigh way out of here. Oh my goodness. Top of the batter's eye. Cal Raleigh gives the Mariners an early lead, and that is good to see. His 3rd home run already, his 2nd with me controlling. And like I said, if I start hitting good, I will turn up the hitting difficulty, because I've been playing a lot of Road to the Show, like I said, so I'm a little bit better right now swinging the bat. So this one is absolutely crushed by Cal Raleigh to deep center field. I tried to say crushed and cranked, so I said cranked. So we'll figure it out. This is the other way. This one is going to be deep. It is off the wall. It will be a double for Randy Arozarena with 2 outs. And the Mariners home run, double with 2 outs. Starting to cook a little bit. A little bit of a hang fest right now for Framber Valdez. I thought that one might get out. That was hit really good to right center, and it's pretty easy for guys to go oppo that area, but Randy Arozarena not able to there. It brings up Jorge Polanco, who has been struggling very much. In 39 at-bats, 3 hits, slugging 103 with a 2.25 OPS. He is somebody who, if he does not improve, will be cut very soon. He's been tragically bad. It's a really good curveball on the top of the zone by Framber Valdez. And he gets the call there. So 1-1 should be 0-2. But last episode, we were robbed by the umpire just so many times that we'll take a call or two. As that is fouled off, it'll be 1-2 count to Jorge Polanco. Like I said, struggling so bad, they should have moved him down the lineup. Did not notice how bad he was doing. This is up the middle, and Framber Valdez, known for his glove, makes the play and throws on to first. 1-0 from another Cal Raleigh home run early on in the game. Looking good so far. Mariners up 1-0 at the end of one. Here comes Christian Walker, signed from the Arizona Diamondbacks. He's been someone who's been very good in his career, struggling to open up the season. 3 Gold Gloves in a row from 22 to 24. But not doing as well this year in terms of the bat. Who knows about anything else? 1 for 10 against Luis Castillo is Christian Walker with 2 strikeouts. Sure, they played a lot against each other when they were both in the NL. Clyde Washington, the home plate umpire right now, benefiting the Mariners a little bit. 1-1 count. Fouled off. Bring up another 1-2 count. Fouls it off. Castillo looking really good early on in this game, trying to manage the pitch count, something that he has struggled at, like I said. Usually ends about the 5th or 6th inning. You want to see him go a little longer in games, especially after the 5th. You'd be happy if he goes past 6 innings, but a lot of starts last season for Castillo ended in the 5th or before the 5th. And that's just not good enough. But with pitches like that and a strikeout, his second of the game, he looks to keep going. Ooh, just a really good slider there. And in the last game against the A's, the Mariners were not able to get swing and misses on sliders. But so far, that Castillo slider is rocking. Brings up Yainer Diaz hitting 424 as a strike is called. Good pitch. Go and look at Yainer Diaz. Slugging .697 with a 1.2 OPS. 2 homers, 14 at-bats, or 33 at-bats, 14 hits. Of course, 1 triple. Of course, very early on in the season, these are not indicative of what the final stats will be like. This is the second start for Castillo. Third start for Castillo. Very early on in the season, so this will change. But he's already got 1 more, nearly, does Yainer Diaz. So that means that glove is also being is playing very well. 0-2. Swing and a miss. That wicked fastball moved up and in on Yainer Diaz. His 3rd strikeout of the day, and it's the 3rd in a row for Luis Castillo. Brings up Isaac Paredes, who's someone who I think in real life will absolutely mash at Minute Maid Park. He hits so well to those short porches in left. You think about where he played with the Rays, where it's like 310 to left. The Crawford boxes are going to be perfectly fit for the way Isaac Paredes plays, but so far in the show, hitting 158. And this is cranked to center field. Julio takes a bad route to it. It will be a double with 2 outs. So these 2 teams trade 2-out doubles. And Paredes is in scoring position. He gets a fastball that is a pretty good pitch, but gets his bat to it pretty easily, and it brings up Jeremy Pena, who, as a rookie, won World Series MVP, but since then has been a bit of a disappointment. He did hit a big home run in that 18-inning Game 3 of the ALDS between the Mariners and Astros, in one of the best games ever pitched from either team. Both teams were pitching absolutely outstanding. He hit a homer off Penn Murphy, I believe the 18th inning. Fouls it off. Trying to get out of this inning, no damage done. Trying to hold a lead, which the Mariners struggled at doing. Well, I mean, they didn't even get a lead. I don't think they had the lead against the A's, but they were tied a lot. And there's a swing and a miss again on a slider. That slider is cooking for La Piedra as we go to the 3rd inning, or the bottom of the 2nd inning. Brings up Dylan Moore, who had a home run in the last game. Maybe that means the bat's on the right track. Hitting 105, which is not very good, but Dylan Moore is someone who can play so many positions. This is hit the other way. It'll be a single. Fists it to right field. And a little bit of a miscommunication there, but obviously not going to take second on that. It is a leadoff single for Dylan Moore. Brings up Donovan Solano hitting 230-73, which is pretty good. But, of course, the power is not going to be there for him. He does have 4 doubles, which puts his slugging at a good spot, but OPSing just over 700. It's a position you'd like to improve at, but there's not a lot of prospects at third base for the Mariners. But you can move a lot of the infield prospects around. This is going to be foul. That dropped in, it probably would have scored a run with the speed of Dylan Moore. And that's a good take from Donovan Solano. Someone who's very good with bat-to-ball skills, barrels up the baseball. See, in the bottom of the screen, Victor Robles leads the AL in average, just ahead of Yainer Diaz. As I believe it's a glitch, I think. So let's pause and see if it goes away. This is the center field. It will be tracked down by the center fielder, making the catch. Probably Jake Myers in the center. And it'll be 1 down. It is Jake Myers. Brings up Mitch Garver, who's OPSing over 850, which that is so good. That is what you need from this guy. And he has the platoon advantage here. And we'll see what he can do. It'll be 1-0, so already getting into a hitter count. 98 career home runs for Mitch Garver. 2 away from 100. Prestigious club being 100 Major League home runs. Of course, a lot of players have done it, but it's difficult to do. Be 1-1. Fouls off a sinker.
Ball 2.
Sees a circle change that is off the plate. But the control issues early on for Framber Valdez, as he tends to have. This is the other way for a single, and the Mariners are starting to cook a little bit here in the second inning. 2 on, 1 out. Brings up Victor Robles, who, as it will not stop showing at the bottom, leads the AL in average. Doesn't have the best pop, but you will love this if he keeps doing it. The OPS at 947, just because he's hitting so many singles. Only 1 double. That's why the slugging is not the craziest of all time, but 16 hits. He is absolutely raking. He's already got 2 stolen bases. He's almost walking as much as he's striking out. Actually, he is walking as much as he's striking out, so it's exactly what you want to see, and obviously has such a great glove in right field. Swings and misses at that pitch. But, of course, not sustainable to hit over 400, but right now, 6 games in the season, or not, whatever it is, you'll take it. It's a good curveball. It'll be 0-2 early on. See if he can get a pitch to handle. Swing and a miss. Victor Robles strikes out. And it brings up back the top of the lineup. Good pitch selection from Framber Valdez. Gets a 3-pitch strikeout. And, like I said, we'll bring up J.P. Crawford. 31 pitches already for Framber Valdez. Much better than we did last game at getting the pitch count of the opposing pitcher up. Here comes J.P. Crawford. Saw, I believe, 8 pitches in his last at-bat. Oh, that's a pitch to hit. Hitting 300 his last 5 games, so getting a little bit hotter as of late. But like I said early on in the season, hard to tell what really is going to happen. Fouls off a circle change. Would have been a ball. But staying alive. 0-2 count with 2 runners on. Inside sinker. 1-2. Runners at first and second. And he takes it. It is a good pitch. That looks like a strike and then completely dies, but able to take the pitch is J.P. Crawford. This is hit the other way. This will get down. This will score 1, and it is out of play. Might have actually saved a run. Garver was on his horse. He is a bit slow, but I do think he probably would have scored. That is a classic J.P. Crawford swing. That opposite way, bloop single, but he gets a double out of it. Brings up Julio. You need to see him hit some more power. Fouls that off to the right side. If this game starts getting out of hand, we will look at raising the hitting difficulty for the next game. That is a good pitch, but called a ball. Julio, a two-time Silver Slugger in 22 and 23. He's hit pretty well in his career against the Astros. Up the middle for a base hit. 2 runs will score. And the Mariners are cooking early against the Astros, looking to take the series in this game. Julio Rodriguez scores 2 with a single. Really good swing back up the middle. Balanced. That's what you want to see. He was not balanced at all last season. So, love the bounce. Love to see it. Cal Raleigh hit a home run first inning. Pushes him in. You got to thank Fromber. We wanted him to come out of this game early. We're hitting him pretty good. This is the other way, but well placed in right field. Is that Altuve in right? I know he might play some outfield, but I don't know who this is. Very short. It might be Chas McCormick. It is Chas McCormick. So McCormick makes the catch, and he's batting here now, hitting .343, which is pretty good. We will up this hitting difficulty a little bit. I want to make sure, because I would play it on dynamic, but it will start at beginner, and that is going to be way too easy. So we'll go up to veteran, and we'll keep going up, depending how good I'm hitting. I doubt I'll score another run in this game after moving it up to varsity, or whatever the difficulty was called. Chas McCormick starts out the inning with a 102-mile-per-hour foul ball. OPSing over 1,000. That's only third in the Astros. It just shows how good this offense has been so far, but it also just shows how bad the pitching's been, that they're a losing record and they have 3 players OPSing over 1,000. Another really good slider, and there's no reason to go away from it. Try and hit it again. It is such a good pitch today. Luis Castillo was locked in, his 5th strikeout early on in this ballgame. Brings up Jake Myers. Is he also OPSing over 1,000? No, not even close. I just saw the average was really good. And it is good, over 300. Surely playing a great center field. He's got a good glove. Fouls off a sinker there. Jake Myers is someone who has had some pretty clutch hits against the Mariners in his career, but generally struggles against the Mariners. So, see if we can get him out here on 3 pitches might be very good, because a slider here might get the job done with how good that pitch has been today. It is popped up first base side in front of the dugout. Dylan Moore, playing first today, makes the catch. And here comes Jose Altuve. 3 home runs already this season. A guy in real life, really positionless now. Not sure where he'll play. He said he's willing to play the outfield. But will he play second? Will he play the outfield? We'll see. Of course, so many games at second base. One of the greatest second basemen to ever play. There's another good slider. That is just eating these Astros hitters alive. Throw it again. See the bottom of the screen, Logan Gilbert leads the AL in pitching WAR, which is good. I had a bad start with him to start the season, but he did have a really good 2 starts after that. Went 9 1/3 innings, or 8 1/3 innings in one of them, and 8 the other. He's pitching a lot of innings. He's pitching very well. His ERA at 2.08, and the Cy Young favorite possibly going into the year. Looking like it. Castillo now. Able to find it with that slider. 1-2 count. Heats him up with a fastball, top of the zone, fouled off. He's a little bit early on it. Go right back to the slider. Not enough. Uncompetitive pitch. It'll be 2-2. Not a lot put in play so far by the Astros. And still no. Luis Castillo, 6 strikeouts through 9 batters faced, and he's cooking right now. Only the 1 hit allowed. It'll be 4-0 Mariners as we head to the bottom of the 3rd. Brings up Randy Arozarena, hitting 3 for 4 in the series. He's hitting pretty good this season. 270, OPS at 792. That's really good. 10 hits, a homer, 7 RBIs. Striking out a lot, but he tends to do that. But he's getting on base at a pretty good clip, so can't be too mad. 1-for-1 with a double today. Framber Valdez, 42 pitches early in this third inning. This is fouled off. A sinker. Not a lot of steals on the Mariners. I'm not someone who steals a lot of bases in MLB The Show. You saw why in the last episode. That is fouled off. 0-2 quickly. Probably should not have swung at either of those pitches. Would be 2-0 right now.
1 ball.
Well, there's that ball that we don't swing at. Alex Cobb leads the AL in ERA.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
And John Means was down there. John Means threw a no-hitter against the Mariners. So, good for him. Yu Darvish has not a lot of run. I think he's hurt, though, so I don't know why it says that. Swing and a miss. Good pitch for Framber Valdez. That really just did not fall at all. That just kept rising. I believe that's called something. Hold on, let me look. There's some sort of physical word for it, but I don't remember what. It's like same shifted weight or something. And there's a base hit from Jorge Polanco. This might be 2. And Jorge Polanco needed that badly. Gets on base. His second double. Both of them have been here at T-Mobile Park. Just pokes it out. Beats the guy sitting in really deep left center. If he had cut it off, it might have just been if he was playing more towards the right, it might have just been a single, but no, a double. Brings up Dylan Moore, who also is in need of some clutch hitting. This is popped up. This should be enough to tag on the arm of Chas McCormick. And it will be up to third base is Jorge Polanco. Quicker inning now, though, from Framber Valdez. Brings up Donovan Solano. Only 1 RBI this season. Looks to get his second right here and maybe his first homer. Come on now, Donnie.
1 ball.
That is
No strike.
in the dirt for a ball. It'll be 1-0. Valdez in his career has held Solano to 1 of 6. This is going to be called at first base. Christian Walker makes the play. No damage done after the double by Jorge Polanco. Quick inning is exactly what Framber Valdez needed as we head to the bottom, or the top of the top of the fourth. It's been a really good day so far for Luis Castillo. Allowed 1 hit. That was to the former Ray and Cub Isaac Paredes. And it brings up Mauricio Dubon here, hitting 205. Not someone known for his bat, but someone who tends to hit better than 205. Castillo in his career against the Astros has been a hit-and-miss pitcher. In the playoffs, he actually looked really good against the Astros, but allowed a home run to Kyle Tucker. I don't know how many hits he allowed in that game, but he seemed dominant. But just at the end of the day, he didn't have the lead at the end of that game. And he's had some real struggles against the Astros in the past, but some really good games as well. And today is looking like one of those really good games. This is popped up to Robles. Makes the catch. 1 down. To that red and blue glove of Victor Robles. Such an iconic glove in baseball. There it is right there. It's a glove he wore for the World Series run that the Nationals went on, where they beat these Astros in 2019 in one of the best World Series of all time. Brings up Yordan Alvarez.
1-0.
170 home runs in 7 seasons. He will likely get to 200 by the end of this season. It's a nice pitch there, but that's also a pitch that Yordan can golf into the seats in right. So could Kyle Tucker, but luckily Kyle Tucker not on this team anymore. He's also someone who could hit those low sliders. 1-2 early on. Yordan struck out his last time up. Fouls off 97 high in the zone. The 1-2 count to Yordan Alvarez. Pops it up. Arozarena there. Julio shifted to right center. But Rosarena makes the catch. 2 down. Throws it into J.P. Crawford. Another cool-looking glove. That gray, pink, and light blue look as it brings up Christian Walker. Someone who has just a historic amount of hits in Los Angeles Dodger Stadium. I would advise you look into that. It's actually kind of bizarre how often he hits there. It's like he's like Barry Bonds when he hits at Dodger Stadium. He's 1 of 11 in the career against Luis Castillo with 3 strikeouts. One was the last at bat he had.
1-1.
Castillo's just cruising right now. 53 pitches. His pitch count looks good. Fouls that off. This is the version of Luis Castillo you saw more of when the Mariners first acquired him. In 2022, strikes out Walker for a second time as the Mariner move stances on the dugout. 4-0, and the Mariners fans are happy as he looked to reach 500 for the first time on the season since they were 0-0. Brings up Mitch Garver, singled his last time up. Still looking for that 99th and 100th home run. Swing and a miss. Good circle change.
0-1.
Since that second inning, it's been much better for Framber Valdez. His pitches seem to be biting a little bit more. Jazz Chisholm hitting .415 for the Yankees, which is pretty good. Someone who has struggled staying healthy and struggled hitting consistently. So if he's hitting like that, then the Yankees must be doing pretty good even without Stanton and Cole. That is fouled off. Of course, Garrett Cole missing the entire season with Tommy John surgery. 1-2 count.
2-2.
2-2 count. I tried to swing at that, which is bad. Ooh, little late on it. That is a really good pitch to hit. 109, and he was very late on it. Shows the power that Mitch Garver has, especially against left-handed pitching. 2-2.
Ball 3.
It's a ball.
3 balls.
Good at bat here from Garver. This will be the 8th pitch. Working the count pretty well from Valdez, but he strikes out on a slider over the middle, late on it. You need to make contact with that. That is right in the sweet spot for any hitter, especially right-handed.
No ball.
Peter Robles struck out his last time up, his 4th career strikeout against Valdez. This is grounded. Easy play at third by Paredes, who throws Walker off the bag. It's an error. And that is a tough play. He's never been a great fielder, but you think he makes a routine play like that. Lucky break for the Mariners.
Ball 1.
The circle change
1 ball.
in the dirt.
No strike.
J.P. Crawford scored 2 last time up with a double. He's going to ground this.
He's out.
It'll be... Oh, my goodness! Drops the transfer. So he is out at second, but another mistake. It would have been a double play. It would have ended the inning. So Walker makes the play. Throws a second, and the transfer is dropped by, I believe, Altuve. Let's take a look who it was. It's not a good swing by J.P. Crawford. Just thrown to Pena, which is bizarre because Pena is such a good fielder. And he just dropped the transfer. Of course, he did get the out. It was the transfer that he dropped it on. He actually might not have gotten the out at all, to be honest. But he does get it, barely. And just cannot get it to that right hand clean. Crawford on with a fielder's choice. The second bad defensive play from the Astros in the inning. Let's make them pay with a home run here, Julio. It's hit very hard, and it olays Isaac Paredes. A disastrous inning on defense. Another error. It's the second on the inning for the Astros, and it's really the third. I mean, this is an easy play. Just goes under the glove. I mean, this is bizarre, and that'll do it for Framber Valdez. Now, he wasn't very good, but the defense absolutely did not help him out to end that game, end his start as Espada gets him out. That is not something you see every day. Like I said, not a great a great fielder, but that's two really easy plays muffed by Paredes. As up comes Lance McCullers. Last time I can remember him pitching was in the World Series against the Phillies, where he kept tipping his pitches and gave up many home runs. Let's see this again. This is the second error of the inning by Paredes, and it is just brutal. I mean, he's so lackadaisical about it. It goes under his glove. I mean, he shows no effort here. It's rare you see an error given out when a guy's glove doesn't touch a ball, but it was given out there. Brings up Cal Riley, who has a home run in this game, against Lance McCullers, who tends to give him up. That's fouled off by Cal. Not a great pitch to swing at, high sinker, but I've seen worse. The launch angle is pretty good on that, so try to dial in a little bit. This is to short.
Yep.
Defensive
He's out.
play made. So despite basically 3 errors, no runs come home for the Mariners. And the Astros keep them at arm's distance. Brings up Diaz, Paredes, and Pena, two of the men who committed those defensive errors last inning. Yainer Diaz did not commit an error in the last inning. He comes up, fouls off 96-mile-per-hour fastball in the middle of the plate. He's someone who hits high fastballs, so surprised he didn't do anything with that. That is hit to Solano. Let's show him how it's done at third. Nearly threw him off the bag, but the play is made by Dylan Moore. Brings up Isaac Paredes, the only hit today for the Astros, but 2 errors in the last inning. See if we can get him out and make it more of a bad game for this guy. He fouls off a sinker on the inside at 100 miles per hour. Luis Castillo's pitch count is in very good shape. And without the hit from Paredes, he'd have a perfect game going right now. But if it's an butts or candies and nuts or whatever, strike out again. This has been mighty impressive from Luis Castillo. Let's go ahead and look at Castillo's career numbers against the Astros, because I can't think it's too great. It's not that bad. A 3.69 ERA in 6 appearances, so it's pretty solid, but this is much better than he tends to do against this team. This is dominating. This is 2022 Luis Castillo. And granted, in 2023, he finished top 6 in Cy Young. 5th, actually. But last year, he just struggled a lot. This has popped up. And it's crazy you say struggled a lot. He had his ERA under 4 by a good amount. So this is just how good Luis Castillo is. Play made in center. Easy inning. Easy game so far for the Mariners. As Arena, Polanco, and Moore come up. Here comes Randy Arozarena. Getting 1 of 2 so far. This is hung way early. He just saw a meatball coming and jumped on it too early. If he times that well, that's going into Edgar's Cantina and left. And that one could have done it too. He was a little late on that one, so need to kind of middle that out a little bit between those 2 swings.
1 and 2.
Slider uncompetitive. Outside of the zone. It'll be a 1-2 count. Here this Wednesday. Not a ton of people here, especially in center field, but you know, the Mariners have not given fans a reason to come since 2022. Polanco had to hit his last time up, hitting 0.98. This is hit to third. Redemption for Paredes makes the play. Brings up Dylan Moore. To some applause. So good to see the fans are still behind him despite hitting 143. Swings at a good knuckle curve that looked more like a slider. Again, that's a slider that time, and he swings badly at that. Holy cow, Nolan Jones is OPSing 1.425. And it's a 3-pitch strikeout. That is a really good at-bat from McCullers, and an embarrassing one for Dylan Moore. these innings are starting to fly by, which means not a lot of time left for the Astros. It does make me think we need to start getting someone ready to warm up just in case something goes south. We will start warming up Gregory Santos and Trent Thornton. But hopefully Castillo can go a few more innings. His pitch count is very good, only 10 pitches an inning per average. Good pitch there.
No ball. 1 strike.
Throw it again. 0-1. Polanco. Tough play. Scooped at first by Moore. What a play by Dylan Moore. And a good play by Polanco, ranging to his right, picking it up. He does throw it in the dirt, but a really good play. I'm surprised Chaz McCormick did not try to hit it out of the hand of Dylan Moore, because he's done that before against the Mariners. As it brings up Jake Myers. If only this was a no-hitter, that would be like the play everyone looked at. But it's not a no-hitter, because Visot Perez hit in the second inning. That's a good pitch. Not called a strike. Close, but I've seen it given. 1-1.
That's the ball.
Inside. So the first real count that's been against Castillo in this game is the 9-hitter Jake Myers. 2-1. And it is a bit of a thing that Castillo struggles against the lower lineup of the order. Usually gives up some pretty solid contact to the 8-9 hitters. But hopefully he can sort of rewrite that trend. 2-2. High fastball. First full count the Mariners have had today on the pitching side. 3-2. He fouls off a slider. Long at bat here. 3-2 again. We'll do it all over. Fouls it off. Three, 2 again. We'll do it one more time.
That's 4.
And it's a good take and a walk. Jake Myers takes first base, the second runner on for the Astros today. It brings up Jose Altuve. 2,000 plus career hits, 230 plus home runs for a guy who's 5'6". Just one of the greatest to ever do it. They're taking second on that. He is out. You need runs, but you don't need to give up outs. Cal Raleigh, or Garver actually, with a really good play. And a good throw. 1-1 count. No people on, so less of a stressful situation here. This is hit pretty good, but Arozarena will be there. What a 6-inning masterclass for Luis Castillo, and he's going to keep going. A quality start. And it'll be the bottom of the order for the Mariners up next. Don Solano 0 for 2 today. Need to see him hit a little bit better. Of course, he's probably the most expendable member of this roster, outside of maybe Polanco. This is hit pretty well, but right to left field, where Yordan Alvarez makes the play. Who is playing DH? Jose Altuve's DHing today. That's fun. Brings up Garver. You'd think you'd have maybe Altuve in left and Yordan DHing, but who am I to judge? The team has won 2 of the last 7 World Series and have been about 4 of them. It's a ball, 1-1. Should have been a home run in that first pitch, by the way. Garver hitting over 300 now. That's another pitch he's late on. He's been late on a lot of them today. Still has that hit earlier, which he scored a run on. This is a base hit right side. He makes good enough contact on that low slider out of the zone. Negative 13 launch angle, but just puts enough on it for it to squeak by first and second. Brings up Victor Robles. Rare 0 for 2 today. Still OPSing over 900, which is just phenomenal. Look, we get him a hit here and continue what I have to assume is a hit streak.
No balls. 1 strike.
1 of 5 in his last game. In a win. The Mariners won today. It would be a series win as he hits Victor Robles. Boos come out from Mariners fans. There's no reason for that to be intentional, but a lot of history between these two teams in terms of hit by pitches, so can't necessarily blame them. Brings up J.P. Crawford, who has 2 RBIs in this game. Fouls off a circle change low. Had that double to left as the fans chant his name. 0-1. As it nearly hits J.P. Crawford. Someone who's been hit by a decent amount of pitches in his career. Not Ty France levels, but still. This is tried to do again in left field. Just foul. It'll be a 1-2 count.
2-2.
It is in the dirt. We're not going to take any bases there. We're not dumb. 2-2 count. JP's seen a lot of pitches in this game, and McCullers is a long reliever, so if this game continues the way it is, I think we'd probably see McCullers go into the 9th inning. The 8th inning. Hopefully we don't get to a 9th inning at the bats. 1 steal and 99 steal on the base paths.
Ball 3.
This is a ball. That's a really good take because that is very close. Julio's up next, hitting .222 with runners in scoring position. Hopefully he has bases loaded. This is fouled off. This is a vintage J.P. Crawford at bat, and they've all been for J.P. today. Looking much better, much more comfortable on the plate than first episode. And he will walk. The bases will be loaded for Julio Rodriguez, trying to maybe break this one open here in the 6th inning. Doesn't have the tune advantage, but hopefully it doesn't matter here. The righty, McCullers, tends to give up home runs.
0-1.
And it's the last 5 games for Julio. Been 2 home runs, 6 RBIs. He's starting to get it going a little bit. Has a hit today. This is up the middle. It is going to be a tough turn with the speed of Rodriguez. He will not have it. It'll be an RBI for Julio. 5-0 Mariners. The speed of Julio is just magnificent. He's able to beat that out. Brings up Cal Raleigh, who is just raking so far this season. I mean, he had a home run today where he just belted one to center field, and I mean absolutely crushed it. And that ball is tanked, dude. That nearly went over the batter's eye, which is tough to do here, especially with how tall and lanky and dumb the batter's eye is. Look at Cal Raleigh so far. A 974 OPS, 3 homers now, not 2. He's been very good this season. And defensively, of course, he's the best in the business. Catches so many games, plays so many games. That's a high circle change. You wish you would have done something with it, but not able to. 0-1, 2 outs, trying to limit the damages. McCullers.
1-1.
Castillo will come out for the 7th inning. 1-1 count. This will be McCullers' 30th pitch in relief. Fouled off a really good pitch on the bottom line. Misses the strike zone, but I've seen it called a strike, so could have fouled off. Take any risk out. That'll be in the inning. Bad swing there from Raleigh. That'll do it for the 5th. Julio knocks in a run with a fielder's choice. And it's 5-0 Mariners, 8 hits. They've only allowed 1. It's been domination today as we go to the 7th inning. Here's the comparison between the two starters, and it's a world of difference. 6 innings to 3.2, 4 runs to none, 7 hits to 1. Castillo has the only walk of the game between the two, but 8 strikeouts to 4. And Castillo will start this inning. 75 pitches. Probably will be the last inning he throws, but if the pitch count's below 90 heading into the 8th, who knows? This will be a base hit, the 2nd of the game. It is Mauricio Dubon, and it brings up Yordan Alvarez. Home run here could make it interesting. We know that Yordan Alvarez has home runs off of Castillo in his career. This is cranked. Oh my. It is off the wall. Robles does save a home run, but one run will likely score. It is thrown to Moore. It's going to be a play at the plate. He is out. A really good relay, and a run is saved. It goes Robles to Moore to Garver. Let's make sure it is. The tag is there. What a relay from the Mariners, saving a run. Holy cow. That ball was absolutely torched by Yordan to right field. Nearly got out, but able to save it was Victor Robles. How close was that? Well, let me see. I would like it to let me see, because that was so close to being a home run. Was this robbed? Let's take a look. And that ball's just tanked. But it's such a low launch angle. Oh my goodness, it was. That ball was going to get out. Robles, that glove is just so good. Just able to make it in a great relay to Dylan Moore. He's actually turned backwards. It's absolutely absurd that he makes this throw, but he does. Heats it up. Dubon's fast, too. I mean, he's standing backwards with Dubon 20 feet for home plate, and he makes that throw. What a job from the Mariners defense. Saves the run, saves the shutout for Castillo. But Christian Walker is a dangerous hitter.
Nope. Ball one. One ball, one strike.
Not out of the woods just yet. Told you. That is crushed. Looking up and out of here. Christian Walker. His second homer of the season. And Castillo's shutout is gone. And now it's going to get interesting. Do you take out Castillo or do you leave him in? Very good, though, it's not 3-5, because still a good save in right field from Robles, because that would have been 3-5, not 5-2. Castillo will stay in. If one more runner gets on, we'll think probably Dan Wilson, you'll take him out here, but it's still been a really good game from Castillo, a quality start. And the ERA, I believe, will be under 4. Just above it, but he can get under it by next start. 0-2 to Yainer Diaz. Swing and a miss. The 9th strikeout of the day for Castillo. And he bounces back from that home run quickly. Brings up Isaac Paredes, who has a double today. And some really bad defensive gaffes. That ball is foul. Just foul. I did not know he could hit it over there. He is someone who is a dead pull hitter. I don't think he has a single home run hit Oppo in his entire career. So that would have been something else. 0-2. Go to the slider here. In the start with a bang. 10th strikeout possibly. 0-2. Not enough on it.
One ball, two strikes.
No real bite to it. 1-2. Count still in Castillo's favor.
Ball.
High.
Two balls, two strikes.
2-2. To Paredes. Fouls it off. That's a good pitch. It's a really good pitch. 2-2 again. Grounds it to Crawford. Sure-handed it short. Makes the play. Castillo goes 7 brilliant innings despite the Christian Walker home run. He goes 7, gives up 2 runs and 4 hits. You'll take it every day of the week. As the Mariners lead at 5-2 as we stretch. Taylor Scott comes out for Randy Arozarena. Last year, Taylor Scott, I think, had a really good year. Yeah, he did. 62 games. A 2.23 ERA. The FIP was way higher. Nearly at 4. So someone who gave up a lot of hits. But was able to get out of the hits. This is a dribbler. It's going to be a tough play. Another defensive mistake for the Astros. Christian Walker came off the bag to get it. Taylor Scott was there, and the second baseman was there. All at the exact same time. And no one was there to cover first, so even if they had gotten the ball, which they did not even get the ball in their gloves, he still would have been able to be safe on that. No one was at first. I don't know if I've ever seen 3 dudes go for a ball at the same time, but this is Little League stuff. I mean, it gets by Christian Walker. This is an uncompetitive play. And, yeah, no one's even covering first. That is brutal stuff from the Astros defense, and that's about the 4th terrible play they've made today as it brings up Jorge Polanco. He's due for a big home run. That's a strike on the corner. That's an impossible pitch to hit. 0-1. Fouls off 92 at the knees. This game not over yet. 5-2. Still a save situation, so maybe start getting Andres Munoz up. We'll do that right now. We will sit down Trent Thornton. And we will start warming up Andres Munoz, who's had a tough season so far, but he has the upside of an all-star closer. He was an all-star closer last season. 0-2. Swing and a miss. High fastball, bad at-bat from Jorge Polanco. Dylan Moore up. Had a single and then a really good infield assist to save a run in the last inning. He is someone who rakes against the Astros. Has a grand slam, has 2 home run game against them. He's been very good in his career against the Astros. 0-2, and since that bloop single that Randy Rosarena had, it's been a really good inning for Taylor Scott. And they call him out on the swing. It was close. I don't think he went, though, according to that graph. But he offered at it. He's called out. Here's a ball for Donovan Solano. Whoa.
1-1.
We'll ignore that one. This is fouled off. 1-2 count. Puts it up. Diaz is second time to make a play. He will make it. Good inning for Taylor Scott. And it brings up the 8th. Castillo will be coming out. We'll put in Gregory Santos here, the setup man. His whip at 0.77. ERA at 2.61, which makes me think his FIP is probably once again far better than the ERA. Not far better, but it is better. See if Gregory Santos can have a clean inning here. And bring up Andres Munoz for a safe spot. 28,000 people here today at T-Mobile Park. Try to deliver them a win and a series win. And momentum for the Mariners after starting the season off 0-5.
2 balls, no strikes.
2 balls quickly for Santos. He has struggled in his career with his control. This is popped up to Robles in right field. He will make the catch. And Pena is out. That'll bring up Chas McCormick, who's 0-2. Low and just under the strike zone for a ball, but a good pitch nonetheless. Gives Chas McCormick something to think about. 1-0 count. No issues with the pitch clock today. This is a fair ball down, and it will be a ground rule double for Chas McCormick with 1 out. And like I said in the last episode, the goal is not to have to put Munoz in a spot in the 8th inning. He did it so much last season that it just wore him out. You'd love if you didn't have to do that to your closer every time. Hopefully Santos can get out of this inning unscathed. But the 3-run game is nowhere near done against the Astros. 0-2.
1-0. 1-2.
It's a slider, and it's a competitive pitch, but no bite.
Strike him out.
1-2 count.
Whoa.
Over the zone, 100 miles per hour. Just got to attack him.
Strike him out.
It's 100 miles per hour. Trust your stuff.
No, that's a
Just
ball.
above the zone.
3-2.
And Altuve is up next.
Take your base.
It is a walk. And once again, Santos is just, I can't figure it out with Gregory Santos. Altuve is 0 for 3, but is somebody who's so good and in position to maybe tie this game.
1-0.
Hey now, turn two here.
This is hit to Julio. And they won't test the arm. If this brings up Jordan, I don't really... No, it brings up Dubon. I would have walked Jordan Everett, but we'll pitch to Jordan. We'll pitch to Dubon. Fouls it off. Just need to get out of this inning. Get it to Munoz. Grounds it. Polanco. Sliding play made. What a play by Polanco. The saves having to pitch to Jordan Everett with the bases loaded. Oh, you cannot write that any better. You'll bring up Jordan in the next inning against... and with no one on, which is absolutely massive. Sean Dubin up next for the Astros. Mitch Garver
Timeout.
against the wrong way. No backup catcher here. I would have put in Rowdy Tellez, but I don't think Rowdy Tellez can play catcher. So we'll just keep in Garver at this spot against the right-hander.
1 ball, no strike.
That pitch is high. It's 1-0. Mariners can get one more run. It would feel much better, but 3 runs against this Astros lineup is tough.
Strike. Woo.
Especially since Jordan nearly hit a home run, and Christian Walker did hit a home run, and Paredes has a very hard hit double. And that's a bad swing.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Would have been 2-1. It's 1-2.
Come on, Mariners. Yeah.
This is hit foul. Garver hitting .324, but only the 1 homer. Swing and a miss. Really good pitch on that curveball. I mean, if you don't foul it off, it's a strikeout anyway. So nothing you can do about it. Victor Robles, 1 of 7 in this series, coming back to earth a little bit. Hit by pitch in his last at bat. Would love something big here for Robles. Not that. That is in the dirt, and it's swung at. That curveball is really good for Dubin. He's getting all sorts of bad swings with it. That's another good breaking pitch for Dubin. I mean, that looks to me, from the seat I'm sitting in right now, that looks like it's a strike until the last second. That one didn't. Uncompetitive curveball that time. That's up the middle. Robles continues the assumed hitting streak. Gets on base, and that's massive speed on base, but I don't know how to steal in this game. So I'm not going to try. JP's up. Had a big double earlier on today, which scored 2 runs. Without that, we'd only be up 1 right now. It's fouled off 0-2 quickly, but J.P. Crawford tends to fall into these holes. He's seen over 30 pitches in this game, I assume, by this point, which is good.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Fastball above the zone at 96, changing the eye level. Probably didn't go low here with a slider or curveball. Hopefully he hangs one. It's a fastball low, and it's JP again grounding into a double play to end the inning. He's been hitting a lot of those this season. Brings up the best part of the Astros order to face the best closer the Mariners have had in a long time. 10 hits, 5 runs. You like to score a little bit more when you have 10 hits. Jordan Alvarez, who is like the final boss of Mariners baseball. Here comes Munoz, who has not been good this season at all. Only 4 appearances, though, trying to turn it around. He's been so good in the past. And this is a save situation. Just on the brink of it, up 3. Up 1 more run, it would not be a safe situation. He probably wouldn't be in the game. That ball is turned on. And see what happens here. 0-2 count to Yordan Alvarez. Heat him up at 97. The bat didn't even leave the shoulders on that pitch. First strikeout for Munoz on the day. And it's a big out. Brings up Christian Walker, who supplied the only runs of the game for the Astros. He has struck out twice, though. Hope we can get him here. 0-1. 0-2. And you know exactly what this is going to be. It's the best pitch that Munoz throws. It is the slider. It's hit right to J.P. Crawford. 2 outs quickly on 6 pitches for Munoz. Wish he would have swung and missed at that. We would have had a chance at an immaculate inning. Brings up Yainer Diaz, not Isaac Paredes, but Diaz is hitting over 400, so maybe even better for the Astros. Trying to keep this game alive. This is hit pretty good. Deep. And it's gone. So Yainer Diaz hits one out, makes it a 2-run ball game. 3rd home run for Diaz. And the game is still going to keep going for the Astros, and the struggles continue for Andres Munoz. That's not even a bad pitch at all. That's a guy who just is very good at getting to those. His length with his swing is insane. Brings up Isaac Paredes. Strike 1. Try not to let it affect you, Andres. Let's get this out and let's win this game. Let's win this series. Fouls off at 99. Heat him up. Throw one more. Why not?
Nope, that's high.
Just over the zone at 98. Swing and a miss, and the Mariners are going to win this game. Well, they didn't have to make it a bit scary like they did, but they'll get the win. They'll jump around. They'll win the series against the Astros. And it's a good win. It's a team that I think will be in it by the end of the season for the AL West, but able to take a series, take 2 from them. And we'll see if we can take 3 from them. Hopefully we can. Munoz gets his 3rd save of the season. Luis Castillo was brilliant, and the offense hit really well to begin the game. Big homer for Cal Raleigh, big double from J.P. Crawford. And it's a win for the Mariners. It gets them to 6-6, 500 for the first time this season. Really good day for Castillo. Struck out 9, allowed 4 hits, 1 walk, 2 earned runs. Cal Raleigh went 1 for 4 with a homer. JP went 1 for 4 with a 2-base RBI. And Julio had 3 RBI. So, good day for the Mariners. And I think I kept saying that JP had 2 RBI. He only had 1 RBI. He probably would have had 2 if it was not a ground rule double, but it was. Valdez, we were able to do our game plan. We were able to get him out early. That was what we wanted to do. But got a little bit sketchy at the late in the game, but that's how the Mariners like it. But a series win against the Astros is good nonetheless, especially at home, trying to get some momentum to build on in this season. A 2-for-4 day for Randy Arozarena as well. Game 3 will be a win, so we sweep the Astros. It's a good game for, probably not actually a good game for Brian Wu if he gave up every run. See what Brian Wu did. Wu went 6 innings, allowed 4 runs, so the ERA is still above 6 for him. But it did go down because it was at like 8. Spire comes in to close the game. But a home run for Luke Raley, a triple for Ryan Bliss. Home run for Yordan. Hunter Brown was lit up for the Mariners, which is good. Good to light up a bad pitcher when you get a chance. And Josh Hader, we put up 2 against Josh Hader, which is always good to see. Texas, let's see, what do we want to play next? Maybe go to Fenway? Or do we want to go a little bit farther? We want to go a little bit farther. I don't want to go like forever in this franchise in season 1, but I think it will be fun to play in Boston in the next episode. And then we can sort of go past maybe all of May and get into maybe a series in Arizona against a team with Eugenio Suarez. I think that's what we'll do. We'll probably do Fenway next episode, then we'll go to June and play against the Diamondbacks. Maybe against Corbin Burns could be fun. But let's go ahead and sim to here. We'll see where we're at. Matt Brash is going to be reinstated from the injured list in about 1 to 2 months. We'll keep him on the 15-day. As Trent Thornton is in a tough spot here, we'll go ahead and just sim this. The Mariners win, so that's 4 in a row, or more so. That's actually a lot in a row. Hold on, that's 4 in a row, and then that is 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 8 of our last 9, so that's really good. There's a loss. Santos, come on, get out of it. That's a series win again. Mariners 9-7, starting to get up some heat. The Angels are 10-2, 10-5. This game is always dumb with that kind of stuff. The Angels are going to be terrible in real life. But I just assume that means that Mike Trout is having a Mike Trout season. It does mean that. Kikuchi's been good. Even Ben Joyce has been terrible. So I don't really know. And Taylor Ward's cold. It's Rengifo, dude. It's Luis freaking Rengifo, bro. Of course it is. And it's Jorge Soler. And it's Travis d'Arnaud. So maybe a team to look out for. Surely they'll fall off. But this is just a bizarre. This is the opposite of what I expect the AOS to look like in real life. Just completely flipped on its head. So hopefully it sorts itself out a little bit as we lose a series to the Reds, and then we get swept by the Blue Jays, which is not good. So 5 losses in a row to end the episode, and we'll pitch with let's pitch with Bryce Miller next episode because actually no, let's pitch with Brian Wu. Let's try to get Brian Wu's ERA down a little bit, and that's what we'll do next episode. We'll face Lucas Giolito. It's actually probably way better than facing Garrett Crochet because I can guarantee you right now I ain't scoring a run off Garrett Crochet. And apparently no one else is at a 1.8 ERA. So let's see what happened in these games. Brian Wu, a good start, but a loss. Trent Thornton, loss. Emerson Hancock, I mean, he's going to be gone once George Kirby's back. He's had a brutal season, 9.6 ERA. Gilbert kind of got blown up a little bit. And then Castillo looked pretty good, but the offense just went cold a little bit, which is normal. Gilbert looking good, 3.27 ERA. Was at 2.08, so it kind of went up a little bit after that last start. I assume he let all 6 runs. Castillo, Bryce Miller's been really good. Brian Wu, we'll do Brian Wu next episode. Hancock has been awful. Spire, that's not good at all. The FIP is much better though, so maybe that turns around a little bit. Trent Thornton, this is DFA potential. This is DFA potential. This is really bad. That FIP is at 7.7, and he's pitched in 13 games. So that's something we'll have to look at the team to begin next episode because that is unacceptable stuff for Trent Thornton. Colin Snyder. I mean, the bullpen is a disaster. The bullpen is a disaster. Terry Salcedo over 7 ERA as well. Santos is looking pretty good. And Munoz, 4 saves. And the FIP is in a average spot. The bullpen's a mess, to be quite honest with you. And that's probably why we're losing games. JP is not very good right now. Julio's hitting very well. That's good to see. OPSing at 850. You'll take it. You'll take it every day of the week. Cal. That's just brilliant stuff, dude. He's having a great year again. This is my guy. Rosarena looks good. He also mashes in Fenway, so we'll see what he does next episode. Luke Raley looking good. 6 homers, leads the team. Jorge Blanco looking really bad still. Solano, really good, hitting 329. This is insane stuff, folks. Garver's back down to earth with a 222 average, still only the 1 home run. Robles still hitting over 475 at-bats. Oh yeah, let's release Haniger. Last thing we'll do in this video is release Haniger. And probably call up a pitcher. Dylan Moore is not doing very well. Teles has 1 at-bat. Canzone has 5 at-bats. Ryan Bliss has 21 and is hitting okay. But last thing we'll do in this video is release Mitch Haniger, which is sad. He's one of the best Mariners of all time, but he has nowhere to be on this team. He's just not very good. So he'll go. That leaves a spot open on our team. We need pitching. We need relief pitching because it's been brutal this season. Drew Pomeranz, I don't even know if he's on the Mariners in real life, to be quite honest with you. I would call him up, but I don't even know He's a free agent, so I will not bring him up. Trevor Gott, my goodness, Matt Cronin. This is tough. Troy Taylor, how's Troy Taylor doing? He's a 1.5 or 9.7. He pitched pretty well last year in the majors. He might be the call up, but we'll take a look at free agency, see what's there. It ain't me, Zach Jackson, dude. This dude's terrible. Actually, never mind. I'm thinking of someone else. Apparently, thinking of Luke Jackson. Actually, David Robertson is a free agent in real life, and the Mariners are rumored to be looking at him. So maybe David Robertson is the call. Carl Edwards, Craig Kimbrell, Joe Kelly, Hunter Strickland, JP Fireeisen. Anyone here that just screams Mariners pitcher? I mean, Dylan Tate screams Mariners pitcher. To be quite honest with you, he has the stuff the Mariners like. Daniel Bard, never forget, bro. Never forget 57 games in Coors with a 1.97 or 7.9 ERA. Will Smith, nope, not a chance, even though it means we'll probably win the World Series. Former All-Star Matt Barnes. Jalen Beeks has some stuff. Brent Honeywell has a lot of really good stuff. Here's Bizardo. We're not going to bring him back up, even though he's going to start in the opening day roster with the Mariners, which makes me sick to the highest of keys. I think Jay Jackson, by the way, really good year a few years ago in Toronto. I'm looking at David Robertson here, but he's gonna be really expensive for just a relief guy. I think it makes a lot of sense to bring in Dylan Tate because Dylan Tate has had good years. He's still young. He was pretty good in 22, really good in 2020, pretty good in 21. He's someone who in real life has shown potential to be really good, and he has sort of the stuff that the Mariners like to see. FIP is a good spot. He does not give up a lot of home runs. The Mariners like that. And he's not someone who walks a ton of batters. 12 batters in 33 games and 16 in 67 games. This was sort of an outlier year for him in 21 in terms of walks. I think Dylan Tate is the move here. He actually is costing more money. Not if I make it 1 year though. No, I'm not gonna add a few more years. 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 I'm just not doing it. We get him at 1.2, and he goes straight to the Aqua Sox, and we will bring him up to the 40-man and put him on the Major League roster because we need bullpen arms. That's how bad the bullpen is right now. It's in need of anything, and we hope Dylan Tate can be that guy. Really, really bad, and we have no long relief either, which is sort of pushing it to where we need to have so many guys throwing a lot of innings. That'll be fine once Kirby gets back and Emerson can go there, but even Emerson might need to be released or traded. He's been brutally terrible. How long you got left? 6 days? Maybe 1 day? Ooh, maybe we'll do Kirby's return next episode. Actually, could be fun. For now, the best stamina here is Colin Snyder. Does anyone here ever started the game? He did, but I'm sure it was the Royals, so I'm sure it's not anything. I mean, a lot of starts for Trent Thornton. We'll start Trent Thornton. Or we'll put Trent Thornton in long relief. Maybe that helps him be a little bit better. We'll do Gabe Spire setup. Here's what I'm going to do. Because I think it's dumb that just because a player is a reliever now, that they get rid of stamina on these guys. I will turn up Trent Thornton's stamina just a little bit because he has started games in the past. He should not have a 25 stamina. We'll go like 30, 35 here. I think it's fair. It won't make him too good of a player, but he'll be able to come in and pitch long relief for us. But that's the episode. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next episode.